Y'all know what it is, it's the usual suspect 650-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pie. Cash App, $ usual 50-50. Tickets on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshit on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDDC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDDC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect tag.
Y'all know what it is, it's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash App, $ usual 50-50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20, with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDDC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDDC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect tag.
best grooming colors for you, Just so natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be a swagger, style, class, and luxury. Makeup products that are made for you with high quality. So get in style with the black of the black, Company, grooming company. Give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, The black, gentleman, black, Company, give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury,
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo. What's good? It's Stormy B-Man, and I am back. Welcoming you to the Tuesday Tussle for this Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. We're calling this one Testing the Waters of Temptation. Yeah. And what that means is we're talking about fighters who are finding themselves in a place now where decisions have to be made, career choices, or whether you're going to pursue the avenue of convenience and that which doesn't challenge you, or you're going to pursue the path least traveled by, where you may find yourself adhering to all of the talk surrounding you, questioning you, doubting you, ridiculing you, praising you, putting you down. And somewhere within all of that, you have to find your niche and get in there and decide what is best for you. Testing the waters of temptation. Yeah! So welcome everybody. Please smash the like button as you come into the building. As you can see, you look around, I've done a little decorating to the backdrop for the Tuesday Tussle. One of my more familiar backdrops that I've used over time, but it's like, I just felt like, getting that feel for the gym, And still just above me there on the wall is an image of the greatest. Yeah! See, that's that positive energy, man. You gotta have it, You gotta have it. Come what may. So, when we look at the landscape of the sport, we're seeing a lot of moving and shaking, man. This week alone, there's news coming off of last week, the announcement where Turki Al-Sheikh has finally come out and let us know that the card that he's been piecing together, which will be headlined by David Benavidez and Anthony Yard, but added to that will be the fight that most people are even complaining that it should be their own main event. We're talking about the coming together of Brian Norman Jr. putting his title on the line against two-division and former undisputed lightweight champion Devin the Dream Haney. The Assassin versus the Dream. Yeah. So listen, we've got some good stuff coming up, y'all. And that's slated for November. They're talking about the 22nd. It'll be just before turkey time, And isn't that a coincidence? You got the turkey His Excellency putting on this for Riyadh season in Saudi. And then you'll be able to shortly after that enjoy your turkey, for the holiday. Yeah! So, we've got good stuff happening in the sport of boxing. And you guys should be ready to enjoy all of that. Unless it's one of your favorites who's getting ready to find themselves in one of these matchups and you don't really like what's going down. You may not enjoy the fact that one of your favorites is being called to task, to put it on the line. But they must test the waters of temptation, Yeah, I didn't say walk on the water, because we know they'll fail at that. But man, listen, you gotta be excited, man. If you're not, you don't have a pulse. Boxing is in a great spot, man. You got people talking about, oh, boxing is dying. Boxing is in the dumpster. And boxing is... Straighten up. Get your act together. We've got great stuff happening in this sport, man. Yeah. Let's see who we got in the building this evening. See, you got a few of y'all out there, haters included. Universal Truth is in the building. What's happening with you, Universal? Hen Dog, the fearless one, is back with us saying salute, Sensei. Derek Gaines, the legend, is out there. Chilltown Majors, saluting myself and the chat. PGH Big Dog is back saying salute, Stormy. Ravens Nation is out there greeting for the evening. Growing with Soul is back saying peace, Sensei and the family. Mike 202, what's good with you? Saying peace and blessings, Stormy. Right back at you. A Condo is in the building. What's happening with you, brother? I see you out there. And Black Martial Arts Society is in the building. What's going on with you, my man? Healer, the teacher. Hey, Healer, have you been checking out the Kung Fu channel, bro? Have you been checking out the series that I've done? Raymond Chow, Jimmy Wang Yu, and the Bruce Lee Connections, part 1 and 2 over the past 2 weeks. And tomorrow, the part 3 and final part will upload. And listen, since the channel is up and doing its thing, not only can I upload those original Kung Fu film focuses that I've done, there'll be some fresh and new ones coming as well. But I'm able to now mix in different types of fare to make that more worth the while as a channel. And I'm loving it, man. Just about 200 subs already over the past 3 weeks. And over 30,000 views to the channel. How about that, brother? 30,000 views. Yeah, take that, Miguel. Take it deep. Which we know you like to do. Yeah. Kano says, this already a great year of boxing and more to come. Yes, yeah, I agree, Akondo, 1000%. Black Martial Arts Society says, I did not get a notice. I'll check that out. Listen, that'll premiere tomorrow. So you probably didn't get the notice yet because, it premieres tomorrow. So, yeah. But, yeah, man, you hear what I'm saying? This is why I said they got me shadow banned here on the Stormy B-Man channel. You know what they doing? They doing me just like they doing 78, bro. And I ain't nowhere near. 78 should have been way over 100,000, going on 200,000 subs, bro. They got that man stuck right there at that number of where he is, and he's been there for the past few years. they done had me for the past year just under the 6,000 when I should be pushing 8 right about now, according to how my channel has grown over the past few years. So I'm glad to be a part of the Shadow Band Club, because it must mean I'm doing something right, huh? Yeah, but you can't stop the creative process. And if you check the description box, there is another channel. Oh my goodness. Stormy B-Man is working hard, y'all. I'm gonna find a way, man. I'm gonna find a way. You says do one of Sonny Chiba. Listen, Sonny Chiba has been done as the Street Fighter. I will re-upload that one because it's already in the archives. But not only will I have Sonny Chiba, I will also have Yasaki Kurata, and we'll be doing some of the Japanese Chambara warriors, huh? Like Shogun's Assassin, also Lone Wolf and Cub. Oh yeah, we're gonna really work it out, man. We're gonna do it right, because the channel is there now for all of that type of fare. And there's so much to do. Stormy will probably leave this place before I could get through it all. You understand? But it's the journey that is the exciting thing. The journey. Yeah. So back to the subject here. The Ring 4 is what this card is going to be called, where we will see, again, as I stated, David Benavidez headlining against Anthony Yard. That's a pretty good fight. It's not a pushover. Uh-oh. I just pulled up my page on Ring, and it says that Anthony Kakachi suffers a back injury. He's out of the Raymond Ford fight on August 16th. Wow. And that was a darn good fight, man. Raymond Ford. Wow. How unfortunate, man. These guys be getting hurt and stuff. I don't recall another time in the history of the sport where you see so many headliners and top of the class fighters just missing weight, having to give up titles, pulling out of fights, man. It's like these guys are made of paper mache, bro. Paper mache, or that little rice paper that they use to cover them windows in the Chinese movies, you know, when they take their finger and lick it and push a hole in the window. Yeah, that's these fighters of today, man. Yep. Soft serve. Now I just read that Raymond Muratalla won't be defending his title against mandatory Andy Cruz on November 22nd card. What the devil's going on here? I just was a moment ago giving credit to the fighters and everything, and now it looks like they are not testing the waters of temptation. What's really going on? I can't even open up the damn page to see what's going on without hearing this bad news, man. What is going on? Crazy, man. This is horrible. And of course, fights will be replaced, with other fighters, but it's just a shame, man, that some of these guys are not prepared to go the distance, huh? Anyway, let's get back to Norman versus Haney. See, it's still early in the game for these two, but it's a great conversation to be had. And I'm of the ilk of, like my brothers are saying out here, we need to assist in the most positive a manner of building this fight up, because it's two of the best families involved in the sport of today. No disrespect to either side. We just want wonderful competitiveness out of them, and may the best, perform on the night of. So that's something great to look forward to. I already have my thoughts of who's gonna, prevail and everything, but we'll focus on that end of it as we get, days and weeks right before. But I would like to see the public become more enthralled in the fact that you're getting quality and something where you can really hang your hat on as far as the skills and the excitement of what both sides bring on fight night. And you must understand that just because you roll with someone doesn't mean you have to hate the other party, because these men are involved and engaged in business. They do this for a living, so it doesn't have anything to do with hatred for the opposition or anything like that. And you must take a more adult approach to the support that you put out, because a lot of you support some real negative stuff out there, and that could be frowned upon, most definitely. So do better. See if I could. My camera. Yeah, maybe that'll be a little bit better. Yeah, so with this being kicking off the subject, like with these two guys, this goes back to the days of Leonard, Hagler, Hearns, Benitez, and Duran. Just quality men facing one another. And they all had respect for one another and acknowledgement for one another. That's all we want. The best seeing each other. That's right, Healer. No need to mess it up with disrespect. And you say you're rooting for Dev, but picking Brian by stoppage. listen, like I said, it's way too early for me to give my thoughts on that. But I already got my thoughts and sentiments. But at the same time, I'm going to enjoy, man. I'm going to enjoy the build-up, the talking of trash, if there is any, whatever. Because this is what we do. This is what it's all about, man. You know? I remember when I was watching college basketball many a moon ago, when I was of college age watching it in Georgetown and North Carolina, huh? There used to be a rivalry there, and it was like Patrick Ewing was out there with John Thompson coaching. Michael Jordan was a rookie, not a rookie, but a freshman in college and everything, and you had Sam Perkins, and man, those was the days, man. You feel me? James Worthy. These dudes of today, man, they don't know nothing about basketball, hooping. They don't. I remember one of the big, highly anticipated college matchups was Ralph Sampson against Patrick Ewing. And they were saying it was going to be like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Wilt Chamberlain, you know, those kind of things, ringing sentiments of days of old, you know. Those were the times, man. I just loved it, you know. But these two men right here, there's so much going on. There's plenty to break down from both of them about what they do well and how they contribute to the sport in its entirety because of how they perform in their matches. Norman, we know he has used the ability and knack to get in there and show intensity, the desire to want to get at his opponents. Devin has shown the ability to be versatile. He could stand in, he could move around, he could be defensive, he could be aggressive. That's pretty good. And if you think about their ages, they're just like when Leonard and Hearns were when they fought the first time. I think Hearns was 22, 23, and Leonard was 25 when they faced off the first time. I remember when they had both appeared on Mike Tyson's hot boxing show. And they still talking stuff to each other today in a playful manner, of course. But Ray Leonard looks over at Tommy and he says, "Tommy, I can knock you out right now." And these dudes in their late 60s and they talking about scrapping. Ray Leonard said, "Tommy, I can knock you out right now." Tommy pushed that microphone back. He was like, "Yeah, okay. We'll see about that." And Mike Tyson was saying, no, don't do it, guys. Don't do it. They got up and they was facing each other. And Ray, you could look at them. They still have that thing in them, right? Because even though they were goofing around, you could feel the heat, the intensity of both men. Senior citizens they be. Standing up, gaping at one another, looking for who is gonna get at the other one. Good stuff, man. Very good stuff. So I would imagine that Norman Jr. and Devin will have that same thing, being in their perpetual youth, you know? So that's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. And there are other fighters who are also aligning themselves for these opportunities. And you got to take your hat off to them. I watched an interview with Shakur Stevenson a little while ago actually. And Shakur was talking about Josh Padley. And, you know, Padley has had one fight since he fought Shakur. And Shakur was saying, oh, I kind of like the guy. He's getting better, you know, since he fought me. I'm like, I just shook my head at Shakur because of the arrogance. Because I'm like, Shakur, you fought that guy with a week's notice, bro. He's an electrician over there working as a blue-collar worker over there in the UK. But when he fights and trains, he was an undefeated fighter who had been beating other undefeated fighters. But he couldn't turn down that payday to face you, so he accepted the fight. But I wonder what that would have been like had he had a full training camp to prepare for you. And now he can do that because the purse that he made off of the fight with Shakur, he has retired as an electrician. He doesn't have to do that anymore. And he can now focus on his training for boxing and go away to a camp and have total dedication and preparation, which will only make him a better fighter. But it was interesting to see Shakur speak dismissive of him as far as what class he rates him, but says he likes him because he seemingly has improved since they fought. Wow. I want to see Shakur face somebody who wants it just as bad as he does and is totally prepared to face him. Instead of guys being selected and pulled off of a bonfire or something like that. Let's see somebody who's gone in there, been in the trenches, has totally dedicated themselves, and let's see where the chips fall. Test the waters of temptation. Huh? That's the whole thing. For those guys who are facing one another in these chances for going in against who can get whatever done, they have to have a preparedness for exactly who and what they're facing in there. And when you're taking fights on short notice, you can't check all the boxes. Yeah. Man, we got a lot of people out here watching, man. Nobody wants to hit that like button, though. What's going on with that? Boo-boo fingers don't want to touch the like button. Boo-boo. Man, how many of you guys caught my video earlier today about Ben Davison talking about Moses Atuma is as good as Mike Tyson? I'm like, man, what is he talking about? What is that? I mean, that's crazy. Black Martial Arts Society says, I definitely have a checklist myself when getting ready. You're supposed to, man. You're supposed to. Even if your checklist consists primarily of what your preparedness is, it needs to be right there and raring to go. Healer says being big and high on his own supply. You better believe it, man. Cause when I did my breakdown on him talking about that foolishness, man, you know my videos don't usually go that long, but I had to go into detail on that. I was like, man, if this dude don't knock it off. Then he got the nerve to have all those heavyweights in the same camp and they don't spar each other. Grab 4 seats, you know. Kamaran Fields in the building. She says, salute Stormy in chat. We'll catch the replay. Just wanted to stop by and show love. Blessings to you in the chat. All right, Kamaran. Appreciate you. Universal said he moves better than Mike did. Yeah, man. Did you hear that? Listen, during the live chat, when the video premiered, I was like, y'all hear this foolishness? Ben is crazy. He told AJ when he was fighting Dubois after getting knocked down by Dubois like 2-3 times, oh, I think it's time to roll the dice. Okay, AJ went out there. He did land a big right hand, but then he was rolling on the canvas. The wrong interpretation of rolling the dice. Huh? Yeah, man. What kind of foolishness is that? Oh man, if you don't knock it off. There is nothing about Moses Atuma that puts him in a class like the young Mike Tyson to me whatsoever. So I don't know. You know, these guys in the UK, man, they want to make a guy a star before he does anything. Oh, because he could be a certain height, a certain weight, might have a punch, especially if they have a punch, because, and Frank Warren, that seems to be his calling card for a fighter. He can punch. He can punch. Dude, do you know how many champions there were in boxing who couldn't punch, but they could kick butt all day? Corey Spinks comes to mind. Corey Spinks could box his socks off, man, but couldn't crack an egg. But he was better than Paulie Malignaggi, and Paulie couldn't crack an egg either. Yeah, either Floyd and Devin allegedly can't punch, but ain't nobody walking through them though. But dude, they are so high on this Atuma My goodness, bro. It's like, it's almost embarrassing. Hearing those guys talk about him, glazing. You know how 78 showed that donut with the glaze dripping off of it? That's them with this guy, Atuma, man. They just, oh my goodness. It's almost like got homosexual overtones to it, because it's like, you know, I do not, and I've watched plenty of fighters and I look at them and I say, wow, that guy's a blue chipper or whatever. You guys ain't never heard me call Moses Atuma a blue chipper. If anything, he might be more like Jared Anderson than anything. There you go. Because remember, they were talking about Jared Anderson is going to be the future of the heavyweight division. Well, he became the future, all right. A future setting star, not rising star, setting star. Made that little money against Bacoli, and he done checked out. Yeah, he says, but then with Wilder, is all he could do is punch. Make up your damn minds. It's like Wilder can't box, but Devin can box, but Devin can't punch. But Wilder can punch. It's like, man, you guys go back and forth, back and forth. Why don't you just say, we don't like him because he's black? Goodness. Just end it right there. He's black. Just hold it against him because he's black. Yeah, but he's black though. Man, I tell you. Sometimes when they say that crazy, foolish stuff, take me back to Bruce Lee, man. He'd be like,
what was that? Try again.
Healer says, I injured my shoulder last week in sparring. Man, Healer, what you doing, man? Listen, don't you know those injuries pile up? You're going to be carrying around nothing in your gym bag. Instead of equipment, you're going to be carrying first aid kits. Coming into the gym smelling like a medical unit. It'd be like, man, who wearing Ben Gay? Man. You say, yeah, just trying to love the process. Yeah, I see you, man. All right, Healer, man, you have a good night, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Salute to the General. What's going on with you, General? How you feel? Yeah, talking about testing the waters of temptation, General. The fact that this Ring 4 card is coming up, and we got guys like Devin and Brian who are willing to come together in quality matches. This is the kind of thing that we look forward to. Those of us who've been around for a while, that's what it's all about. Quality matchups. And I like how other fighters are now starting to throw their hat into the arena of competition. You know, it's like, hey, I want to get in there and try to do what I can to make my claim and state my claim and make my name well known. You know, you even heard recently Lamont Roach, he's saying like after he faces Tank in his rematch, he'd like to go up and challenge the winner of Brian and Devin, which is great, you know, because you didn't hear anybody talking like that prior. You still got a few guys who are running away from the obvious. But it's our responsibility to put them on the line and let people know that, hey, they're shunning the opportunity to be better. They're not looking to carry the sport. They're looking to hide in the sport. They're hiding behind walls and nooks and crannies and cracks and crevices. Dilapidated shacks. That's where they're trying to, you know, but I'm still here. Nobody's looking at me. Nobody cares. These guys who are chasing all of these vacated titles and stripped away titles and stuff like that. I was like, man, it's so ridiculous to watch them because they have a certain tendency. I call it sharing the same DNA. It's like they behave a certain kind of way. You can almost set your watch to it. It's like, oh, watch him say this. Watch him move like that. Watch him disappear in silence. All of that stuff. These guys fall right into what we're talking about. They do. Guys like Devin and Brian, they will stand out. Even they can fight each other and they're not going to be lessened by the experience because they're already elevated. The elevated experience is bringing them to the crescendo of where they are. It's others who need to strive to get to where they are. A painful truth there. Spiritually Biased says, with Turkey around, a lot of these types of fighters have been getting exposed. Yeah, but you know what, Spiritually Biased? We've been exposing these fighters. It's just been the people out there going against us, because we've been telling the truth the entire time. The entire time we've been telling the truth. Can't help the fact that people don't want to hear the truth. But that hasn't stopped us. We have always stood on principle. When we said that Deontay Wilder was cheated, these people was blaming us, crying because he was defeated. No, he was cheated on several different fronts. And now, instead of admitting to being wrong, they just are dismissive of it. The entire experience. They're dismissive. Devin fought at lightweight for over 10 years, turned pro at that weight class and everything, and guys did not want to fight him. Floyd was out there working against him too, telling people, don't face him, you ain't got to face him. Yeah, Floyd was doing that stuff the whole time, man, because he didn't sign with him. But he got the opportunity to do what he had set out to do, to become undisputed and to fight Loma. And he accomplished those goals. Kudos to him. You guys was out there talking about he couldn't punch and everything. He had Regis Prograis on the canvas. Josh Taylor didn't put him on the canvas. Jack Catterall did, but that was after Devin. What does Devin have to do, man? He can't punch. He's chinny. What was the other thing they were saying? He's got PTSD. That's the stupidest thing. How does he have PTSD and he running to the smoke and fire, making lists of people that he wants, and everybody's walking away from him, blackballing him? I mean, the man has literally gone after guys, and you all have accepted the guys running from him. Oh, but you'll play the sound bites of guys talking about him, saying derogatory and denigrating things, cursing him and his dad, but won't step in the ring with him. If he was such a liability, why haven't you faced him? Get your ass in there and face him. It's the perfect time to take that anguish out on somebody, right? Get in there and go for it. But you won't, because that ain't in you, and you don't want to test the waters of temptation. There you go. Spiritually Biased says that's okay. If Dev beat Norman, Manny will take that fight. That's the biggest bag for Manny. Sometimes I kind of wonder what you guys be thinking, man. Ain't nobody give a damn about Manny Pacquiao right now, bro. The man is 48 years old. Nobody cares. Manny is done. Do you hear me? He's done. If he defeats Mario Barrios, that means that Mario Barrios was never anything himself. But you saw what Yordenis Ugas did to Manny. You saw it. See, the one thing that a lot of these guys don't have is the killer instinct. You get a guy like Manny, you're supposed to smash him in the ground like a cigarette. He doesn't belong. Exactly, Healer. That's why I'm saying, if Devin was smart, Manny would be at the very bottom of any list that he has put together. Because there's so many other prominent names to put in front of him that it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make business sense. And I'm going to tell you something. All these old guys coming back to fight is not good for the sport. Because somebody's going to get really hurt and somebody's going to get really blamed. And I don't want it to be one of the guys that I support being that type of trick bag. Yeah, leave them guys alone, man. Let them go on out to pasture. Yeah, you say you brought him up because everybody seems to be ducking Dev. Yeah, but see, what you're not saying that you should be saying is that these guys are trying to draw a line for Dev not to be able to cross. They're trying to blackball him. If you can't see that, you can't see there's a united front against this young man and what he's accomplished in the sport, how he's trying to go about it. And you got others yet and still, like Jaron Ennis, who's allowing himself to be made into a mule by Matchroom. Hey, it's okay. But like Devin said, after that fight with Ryan in the ring, Allah doesn't make any mistakes. He's the master planner. Absolutely. And with each subsequent dealing of how they've tried to strip Devin and bring him down, whatever he's elevating in other areas in different ways, that is making him more and more someone to be reckoned with and acknowledged in the sport. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Yep. No spiritually biased. They're not too they're not too big for that. What do you think happened to Guillermo Rigondeaux? I made a video a few years ago called Welcome to Black Murderers Row. What was it, 2019 or something like that I did that video? You got people who are moving in a certain type of direction because they don't want certain fighters to receive the accolades that they are due because they are the best. And they're trying to do other things to undermine so that certain fighters, ethnic-wise, can be a part of the era. Why do you think that they made Usyk versus Fury right away, but they wouldn't make Joshua versus Wilder right away for Undisputed? They wanted to put a historical spin on it that these two Caucasian fighters, finally, after 20 plus years since Lennox Lewis was the last undisputed champion, one of these two white guys they were great enough to bring all the belts together again. And Fury didn't want to fight Usyk, by the way. I want to let you guys know as a reminder. Fury did not want to fight Usyk because Fury knew that Usyk is the best fighter that he would have faced in his career. It didn't matter about his height and reach advantage over Usyk. Usyk is an accomplished fighter through the amateurs, through the cruiserweight division, and now the heavyweight division. He's the best fighter that Tyson Fury has ever fought, and plus he wasn't going to be able to cheat him. He wasn't going to be able to pull out the stops that he did against several other fighters, Wilder included, but Wilder, it wasn't just relegated to Wilder. There's been about 4 different fighters that Fury has cheated through his career. Healer says, Stormy, I spoke about that. It was 86 years in the making. Yep. The last time 2 white guys fought for Undisputed was 1936, Braddock versus Who Cares. Yep. Yeah, buddy. That's right, Black Martial Arts Society. That is true. And besides, you saw when Ingmar Johansson was knocked out. Did you see that highlight reel of him laying on the canvas with his toe twitching? Did you see what Ray Mercer did to Tommy Morrison? see what Lennox Lewis did to Tommy Morrison. You see what Michael Moore did to Francois Botha? Yeah. There's a lot to go and unpack. Yeah. I think it's time for us to wrap things up. So we hear from my man, the Focus Ball. Yeah.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah. And so we've come to the end of another Tuesday Tussle. Just wanted to talk a little bit about these fighters out here testing the waters of temptation. And it's, you know, it's right there before you. You can see those who are stepping up to the plate of challenge, and you can see those who are kind of doing the Homer Simpson back into the brush just to hide. So it is what it is, man. But with that being said, we're going to get ready to head on out of here. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your work week. We got some big cards coming up this weekend. Friday, the Netflix fights with Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano 3. And then Saturday, we got the Ring 3 card featuring Edgar Berlanga taking on Hamza Shiraz, and Shakur Stevenson taking on William Zepeda. So just be ready for it all. Peace to everybody out there. Shout out to the mighty LDBC.
nice day. Look at Jessica. Jessica, what are you doing? You know you can't swim. Get away from the water, Jessica. Jessica, get away from the, oh my God. Somebody help Jessica, please, she can't swim. Go help Jessica, run. Jessica, no. Oh my God. No, Jessica. No, the water is pulling her back in. Where's the lifeguard? Lifeguard, hurry up. She can't swim. Jessica, no. Lifeguard, please save her. Yes, do lifeguard. Save her, no. Please, Jessica. Oh, look, hey. That husband is coming. Oh, you want to hey, please, save her. Jessica, they're coming now. They're here. Jessica.